Okay, so this comes from our YouTube channel, Backyard Gardens Podcast. I believe I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologize. Lauren. She says, the two of you have such a great vibe. I'd love to hear the origin story of how you met and how you got to the point of such a great podcast. I know. I did it. I planned it. I think it
Is it
is.
Lauren? Is that not the one that wrote the article? Oh good gosh. All right, you have to keep us going, you have to tell the story.
Okay. So at one point, I was filming a documentary about backyard gardens. I'm going to just lay it all out. And I said, look, I need to advertise this. So I wanted to do something like a podcast. And it was just me. And I remember I was sitting in my closet and dude, first of all, if you've ever tried to speak constantly, like to keep the attention of somebody for 30 minutes straight, it was horrible. And I did I don't know, I probably did like 10 episodes or something. So the documentary fell apart because of COVID. It kind of, I got a lot of really good stuff in the can, but the participants in it kind of fell off because of everything that went down. So I got to a point and I said, look, I need to have somebody else on here. And I was just kind of looking around, and Batavia on Instagram had posted something about compost.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you post?
It was it probably was along the lines of my fear of composting because of my fear of it drawing animals in. And then young Ben chimed in.
It was because it was winter.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
winter. So I told her, I said, hey, put a
He
piece of black.
DM'd me. He slid in my DMs,
I
y'all.
slid right in, because you know how I am. I'd be
Uh,
sliding in the
uh,
DMs. And I said, put a piece of black plastic over it and it'll soak up the sun. And I said, look, I've started this podcast. Do you want to be a guest? Because I was originally just going to go with guests.
mm-hmm.
And Batavia came on.
Wait, before I came on, two things. One, the Instagram handle was associated with Backyard Gardens, the movie. And I thought, who's going to watch a movie about backyard gardens? Side note, I search so much on documentaries and movies and books that tell people's story with gardening, which is so ironic that in that moment, my initial reaction is like, really? My second note is I was reading, Say Yes as a book. And so I would have, in the past version of me, immediately said, no, thank you, but thanks for the offer. That's my initial reaction to those kinds of inquiries. And so, because of the place I was in my life, I said yes. And I was nervous about it going into it. All right, go on.
I wasn't nervous at all.
Mm,
I really wasn't. I was like, look, I'll just talk. That's what I do best. I talk.
mm-hmm,
So we did it, and she was just a guest. That was
mm,
it. There was no other plans for anything else. And as we got about probably halfway through, I thought to myself, I don't know who this chick is, but she's cool, And I thought to myself, and I remember I was like, all right, well, thanks a lot. See ya. I'll give you a link. Yeah, I'll let you know when it airs. And then
All right, let me jump in and say the conversation was so natural. And we never do that as a replay, which is kind of funny as an episode.
I don't even know
So the
where it
conversation
is.
was so natural. We hung up. I was so excited about it, right? Because I had such a good time. There's not an opportunity where you spend an hour talking about gardening. There hadn't been at that point in my life, right? And so then however many weeks later, the episode airs and he lets me know it airs, and I listened to it at that time. It was just all audio. And I was just like, wow. So now again, in the year of yes mindset, I would never have done this prior. I commented, and I don't remember if it was on YouTube or Instagram, saying, oh, a great time. Let me know if you're interested in having me back or something along those lines. I would never, ever, ever have done that.
It
But
was
I
a
did.
sarcastic comment.
Oh, I didn't write it that way.
I
But
came across that way, and I
okay.
looked
Then
at
maybe I
it
should.
and I said, well, I was like, I'm gonna bite. And I messaged her back and I said, hey, you want to be on the show with me? Because it was a real struggle. I don't even know if those first episodes are out still. I may have left just one up, but I remember like, dude, I would go through and I would say like a sentence and my mouth would get dry and I would like cough to like clear it. And then I'd go back and do it. And then it was an absolute nightmare. So during COVID happened, everything stopped
Yeah.
and the production of the movie came to a screeching halt. Everything fell apart, and I was like, I already got this co-host. Let's do this. And so we really kind of buckled down and really started going through it. Now, the show that you're watching now, this is like many generations of like
Yeah.
revamping it over and over and over again. So we did video for a little while and we
Mhm.
struggled with that. It was terrible. And we've just now come back. So um, thank you for commenting on YouTube and all that. But it's been a long journey. And
Mhm.
I can honestly say that that day that I got in touch with Batavia was a saving grace because not only did I get a great co host, but I got a really good friend out of it. And you don't get to talk, like Batavia said, you don't get to talk to people about gardening that really care and understand about gardening like you do. And there's a lot of people on the social medias, but a lot of them are for clicks and likes.
Yeah.
And Batavia and I have always looked at it like, I don't really care about the clicks and likes. I care about the information getting out and helping people.
Mhm.
And we've always stood that path, much to probably hold us back at times, but we've
Mhm.
always kept true to it. And no matter what, like, I mean, dude, we will argue from time to time. It's not as bad anymore, but we always agree. In the end, we
Yeah.
always agree on the core values of this show and what it was originally created for.